Yo, welcome back to the BSD4 channel. Witness, what's going on? What's happening, man? Listen, thank you guys for checking out the channel. I do appreciate it. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and check out some more videos coming up. Well, we're taking a different direction in the video today. We're going to be talking about copyright. It's a thing that many of us are not into, and semi-big companies that's bigger than you and I, they see an item, they watch it, and they run with it. Now, this is an item that I'm going to show you underneath here of my car. That's right here. That helps lower the car. Now, I watched a video on a guy who did it on his resto mod that he did on his F100, and I was like, wow, that's a cool daggone idea. So I went there and I said, you know what, I'm not going to do it exactly like how he did it. I'm going to do it different. But what I found out when doing it his way, it didn't work for me as far as rim clearance. So yeah, as you can see, I kind of notched it and I made it go all the way around the circumference of the thing, which you don't really have to, but I did it because I just didn't want my thing to look like his, because the first one I did look exactly like his, and then I was like, no, I want it to be semi-different. So it's thick, it's different, and as you can see, it is not directly underneath, because as you can see, the shock goes in a certain motion. So I want it to not be straight, but if it's a little bit lower, you want it to be a little bit angled, angled this way. And that's what I've done. Now, you can go on a website and you can look at this right here, and you see that somebody has copied that man's situation. Now, many of you guys may look and say, oh, dude, that was you. Nah, it wasn't me. It was him. I got to give credit where credit is due. He did it first on video for me. They just took his idea and they selling it for $30. Now, what they didn't do is show you the visuals. They just basically say, yo, call me up and I'll tell you exactly what it is. Or if you're not too sure, you shouldn't do this at all, which is a good disclaimer that they put there. Now, here, most people use washers. Me, I used a pipe thing like this and cut it down to size to fit. You have a situation with this here. Now, see this one here? If your strut looks like this with no notch in it, you won't be able to lower it as low as you want. Those are going to be, it's going to be an issue, man. So you can't do it. So please, before you even call them or check them out or even want to attempt this, if your joint looks like this, do not even call the place to go pick up that item. Don't even do it. You're going to need something that it has a little notch here, like this right here. Along with that, when you're having this, in most cases you want to get it a little bit more lower or whatever, certain things may be in the way. You may need to shave these down. Now I did, now because I was trying to get the maximum lower type of thing in there, and that's what I have to do. Now this is not a definite, this is, you may have to do this, you know what I mean? So you got to play with it and make sure everything is on the up and up. To explain this spacer a little bit more further, the spacer that we speak about, you're going to put it right there like that, and then the plate will go over it, and boom, and that's how you would do that thing like that. Now, this is for the aluminum. Now, for the metal one, it would do quite different. You would just weld it on. Now, you're gonna have to tack weld it, get it in the right position, and match the other side. Now, that one's a little bit more difficult to me, but it's better because it's welded, and you're gonna get a nice welder and weld the thing on. And this is the metal one, which is good. But the aluminum one, you have a little semi guide to kind of hold you, versus the metal one, you really don't have one. You're gonna kind of have to eyeball it up some kind of way. To finish up the item, you're going to need to tap. Now, no need to pre-drill this, you just tap right to the existing hole. Now, you make sure when you tap it, it's straight. Now, this is not straight because this is a mock-up piece. I learned my lesson, so you don't have to learn yourself. Now, the tap you're going to need is 3/4 by 10, 21 by 32 drill. That's what it says on there. You go ahead and you figure all that stuff out. Now, you go ahead and you put your bolt in there, right? And you cut it to size. Good, you cut it and everything will be go. And that'll be the secret sauce. And you put your bolts in here. Either you tap it or put bolts in there, whatever you want to do on that end. But, you know, you can go ahead and be cute and tap into that also. So you can take two routes. You can either make the plate yourself or go buy the plate for $30 from those guys. It's not a bad idea. They just capitalized off this man's idea, and then I flipped it and they just took it and ran with it. And to be honest with you, the price is right for you to not have the headache. Maybe you cannot go and get no pieces of iron to go do this or drill and everything. Everything is pre-drilled for you, but you're not going to get a bolt with the kit. You're not going to get a tap with the kit. You can actually go call them and they'll give you all the game that you need to get your Crown Vic lowered like that. If you do put this on your Crown Victoria, if you're running 15s, they're going to rub. If you're running 16s, they're going to rub. If you're running 17s, they're going to rub. If you're running 18s, they may rub. But the simple fix is to custom the bracket to your liking. You may grind a little bit off so it doesn't touch your rim, or you may use spacers, and that'll be a simple fix. All right, you guys see 3 names over there: Michael, Mark, and Anonymous. Thank you guys so much for donating to the channel, man. I really do appreciate it, man. I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you guys. Again, man, if you're not acquainted with the channel, we do budget builds and we make sure that we use a little bit of money to do a lot of stuff, man. So thank you for the support. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for watching, man. Leave a comment below on this video on what you think about that situation, man. You know, is that kind of funny or what? But now we're going to be switching gears, man. What we're going to do is we're going to start installing some injectors that we got from Alex, and then we're going to crank the car up and see how it acts up. For sure it will act up because of a situation. Now, math that's going to read wrong. That's how it's supposed to do. It's supposed to run erratic and everything. So let's go ahead and install these things in and see how it runs.
Much later.
After taking out the injectors, man, you install them, right? And then, you know, you turn the key off and on, off and on, off and on. If it leaks with that pressure by turning it off and on, plus I know I have a high pressure fuel pump along with it, and if it leaks, then it will leak when it's starting, and it will leak all the time. I went back and forth a few times. I thought I smelled some gas and everything, but it was just residue from the gas that was over there, because I looked inside you know, the injector valleys, or where, you know, where it kind of sits, and see if any pool of gas came up. So it's probably cool for me to put it back together, but if it does leak, you know, you yank it back out and, you know, you get the seals right. All right, everything is all together. Now let's go ahead and try this thing here. Now you hope for the, you don't hope for the worst, but all right, that sounds good, but the way it sounds, it may lope. Right now it sounds like it's good, but it will start loping in a few minutes. It got to, because I can hear it. See it? See it? Alright. I've been knowing these things for a while, man. So here's the thing, man. Now we got these and it's rich. You can kind of see because the math doesn't match the injectors. If you get a tune, you can get a tune to match the math, right? You know, the tune will convert this math into 39-pound injectors. You know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say. So anyway, so now if I rev it, you don't hear a stumble or stutter, right? And you can see the little bit of smoke and stuff like that, and then it'll catch. Give it some time, watch it catch. You see? That's just how that thing works. Tune, man, tune. So, quick breakdown of what I think is going on. Well, when I add the 39-pound injectors, the math is 424. So what I'm thinking that is not reading the air and fuel mixture right, not to the cell, not at idle. You know what I mean? It just can't read it, and it's trying to compensate for it, and it catches it. Then you hear it rev nice, and then it starts to lope. Now, you know, it's a guessing game at this moment. But what we're going to end up doing is we're going to change that math, like I had mentioned, and we're going to get a 39-pound in math, and then after that we'll get a tune to get everything kind of situated and right. But first I need to figure out if it's that's making that low, because I need that anyway. I just want to do it. You know, it's going to cost a little bit of money to experiment, but this is the game that you're in when you're messing with these turbo cars and you're trying to find something out. You know, it's tough. You want to try to eliminate something first and then move on to something else and everything like that. Now the injectors are fine, because when you rev it, it's decent. You know what I mean? It actually sounds better in high RPMs versus when it had the 24-pound injectors in there. I can hear the car note. It has a grunt to it now. It's like really mean. When the 24s, when I revved it, it was kind of light. You know what I mean? Smurf berry crunch type. You know what I mean? It just wasn't right. So it's better. You don't hear a stumble or stutter, right? But it's bad. So we got to go ahead and figure that out. But thank you again, Alex, for the injectors, man. They're good, but we got to, it's on my end. You know what I mean? You did your end, now I got to do my end. And thank you guys for watching this video in its entirety. And if you choose to donate to the channel, you can click the link in the description, or you can check out in the comment section. There should be a link there also. Again, man, thank you so much for watching this, man. We're gonna get this right, man. And I'm telling you guys again, don't you turbo no goddamn Crown Victoria. Go ahead and go get you a supercharger and deal with this, because all this dialing in stuff, and you got to put this and you got to put that, and your money ain't right, you can't play tonight. That's just how that's gonna work, man. So we'll see you guys on the next one, man. All right, later.